for SJam Boxing. This evening we're going to be going live with Matchrooms' new heavyweight signing, Johnny Fisher. Johnny's teamed up with Sam Jones at SJam Boxing, 21 years of age, 6'5", aka the Romford Bull. So we're going to be speaking to him about how his life's changed. Obviously, I think he was going to university, had exams to be studying for, and now he's embarking on a professional career. So we'll get him in. If you've got any questions for him, fire him into the comments box and then we'll get going. Just waiting for him to join and then we'll get started. Right, he's in. Let's have a look.
Hello, Matt.
How's it going, buddy?
How you doing, mate? Good. Is it Matt?
Yeah, Matt. Yeah.
Yeah. How you doing? I'm good, mate.
Yeah. Thanks for taking time out your day to do this with us. Massively appreciate it, buddy.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no worries. So, only one place to get started. You've had a huge news come out now that you've signed with Matchroom Boxing. Tell me how you're initially feeling after that news broke the other day. Put it into words if you can.
It still feels like I'm in a dream. As a boy, as a boxing fan, you dream of being sports and Matchroom, and to be part of that with great managers behind me as well, and a perfect platform in Sky Sports. I'm looking forward to getting started and getting the journey underway.
Yeah, because you signed up with, also just to mention as well, Sam Jones at SJam Boxing, and he has quietly gone under radar, building a very nice stable of fighters there. Joe Joyce, fantastic heavyweight, big fight with Daniel Dubois coming up. How did that relationship come about?
That came about, well, I sparred Joe quite a bit, sort of 2019, from April 2019 up till Christmas. Yeah. And I done well, impressed Sam there. And there wasn't any sort of inkling. We were speaking today, actually, about signing me at that early, but we went into Vegas. We weren't even thinking about signing then, really. Yeah. And then after Vegas, we just started talking, and he's impressed with me, obviously, out in Vegas, and we just went from there. It just seemed the right thing to do. We're good friends as well. It's good to have people who you trust managing you.
Yeah. Was it a difficult decision to turn pro this early? I mean, obviously with Corona, it's knocked amateur boxing back a little bit. So everyone's sort of in that catch-22 now, where do they wait it out? Do they take the plunge? You decided to take the plunge. Did it play on your mind a bit? Am I doing the right thing here? Or was it just a case of going for it?
Listen, with Corona and the pandemic and coming out of lockdown, we don't know when amateur boxing championships are going to be back. We don't know. I would have also been looking to get a job up the city after I finished university. Yeah. So with that on hold, I thought with Sam Jones asking me to go professional, I thought I might as well take the chance now. This is the perfect time to build up a career and give it a good old crack. So I'm looking forward to what the challenges that lie ahead.
Yeah. You've also aligned yourself with Mark Tibbs, very experienced trainer. More recently, he's had some unbelievable work done with Dillian White. I think many people will agree he's been the most improved heavyweight over the last 5 years. Ring IQ went through the roof. They had a massive undefeated record. Did that play a part when looking for the right trainer and someone to help you?
Yeah, definitely. Look, Mark Tibbs, legend of a trainer. Everyone knows him around the community. He's a great trainer as well. Dad, obviously, fantastic trainer. So looking at what he'd done with Dillian, I'm a massive fan of Dillian White as well. And to see he went 11-0 with Mark as his trainer, beating people like Parker, beat Chisora twice, beat Oscar Rivas, a dangerous prospect who got to 20-odd knockouts. It's fantastic for me to if I can get a tenth of what he got with Dillian, it'd be fantastic to bring me on at this early stage. I'm getting this high-class professional training that's so early in my career. I couldn't dream of it better.
Yeah. Obviously, you mentioned earlier, you touched on you were doing amateur boxing and you were at university, as I understand. If boxing and you didn't get this offer come through from obviously Sam Jones, Eddie Hearn, with all the offers on the table, say that didn't come through, what would you be doing right now? What would your life be like now?
I would have been, I was helping my dad work actually during lockdown. So we have got a meat and cheese business, and to help him we was doing home deliveries during lockdown, because we normally serve to restaurants and cafes and stuff like that and hotels, but obviously they were all shut. So to keep it afloat, we had to go do home delivery. So I'll probably still be helping my dad right now, and then looking to apply for jobs. I played a lot of rugby at university as well, but if I didn't get this offer, I'd go up to Repton. That was the plan, to go to Repton Boxing Club and have a bit of a longer amateur career. But the time is right, and there's never a perfect time, but we've got a great setup now. I couldn't have dreamed of getting a better setup than this, so now's the time to strike.
What were you studying at university? What were you looking to go into if obviously this didn't come up? So obviously you must have been dedicating yourself to doing something else. So
Yeah.
what were you doing instead?
I was studying history, so I just graduated 2-3 months ago with a history degree. So with that, I could go and do a law conversion course. That was the plan, and then go into barrister work, something up the city to do with commercial law. So that was the plan. That would have been a great career for me to go into. I can always do that after boxing, but I've done a lot of work experience with different law firms and things like that. But my passion has always been boxing and some sort of sport. Boxing has been my main sport, so I thought I'll give the opportunity a go.
Absolutely. When you look at the boxing scene now, obviously the heavyweight division is red hot. You're coming in at prime time where all eyes would be on that division. When you were growing up, obviously watching boxing, was there any particular fighter that you looked up to and thought, that's what I want to be like, or that's what I want to do? Was there any fighter you wanted to emulate or look up to?
My idol was Lennox Lewis. I love the way he carried himself, and obviously being a undisputed champion, it was brilliant to watch. With a fantastic jab. I've got a good jab, and just looking at his, I can learn things off how he moved and stuff. I can get a little bit of what he had. That'd be brilliant. But there's so many other ones. The list is endless. You've got Vitali Klitschko, Riddick Bowe, Evander Holyfield, great fighters. Tommy Morrison's another one I like to watch. So you can take little bits from different boxers and try and implement that yourself. And if you can be half as good as half of them fighters were back in the day, you're on a good path already.
Yeah. Lennox Lewis, obviously, he had a jab like a haymaker. So if you've got a jab half as good as that, you go a long way.
He threw the jab in different ways as well. It wasn't just one. There was different variations of the jab, and I think that's key, throwing it and mixing it up, because you don't want to telegraph it, and that's what I'm getting taught with Mark. You've got to throw the jab in different ways, and he's been impressed with my jab. He's said you've got a really, really good jab, so you just got to use it in different ways, and we're working on that now.
Yeah. Do you feel a bit like, the new kid at school where you're with Mark and he's training, you're like, you're soaking it all in, all these experience, and you think you're going to improve tenfold from when you obviously go from amateur to professional? Do you absolutely buzzing and excited with what you're learning already?
Oh, it's unbelievable. We're coming up to our 3rd week of training, just finishing it, and the amount of stuff I've learned. And even if you got a video of me at the beginning of the 3 weeks, and now a video of me at the end on the pads, you'd see so much difference already. Just subtle movements, little bits of head movement, sharpening up my punches, working on the inside. We've done a lot of inside work. I've really improved in that, but we've still got a long way to go. I've only sparred a couple of times, but it's been really good results. How I'm gelling with Mark's style, so it's fantastic for me to be working with him.
Is your style, for obviously people who haven't seen maybe some amateur clips, what style would you say your boxing is more suited to? Are you a versatile fighter? You want to, stick the jab and move, or is you a complete different boxer tricks, or like we've seen Alan Babbage come out and just try and absolutely wipe the floor with somebody in a fight, and no thought about it, just going out to do it. What's your style sort of similar to, if you had to put it down?
My instincts are always to come forward and to be an aggressive fighter, but I know I've got the boxing skills. If I need to box on the back foot, I can jab as well, so I can be quite versatile. But it's just a matter of putting that into practice now. But definitely my instincts are to be in exciting fights and to come forward and to try to look to get people out of there. That is my style.
Fan friendly.
Yeah, that is. No boring fights with me involved.
Brilliant. So if you could map it out, obviously, say you're only 21. I mean, you could have 10 plus years in this game now.
Yeah.
10 years down the line, 31, what would you want to say you've achieved? I know it's a big ask. You've not even, had your first fight, but what do you want to go? That's what I'm aiming for. That's what I'm going for.
When I sat down with Adam Morley and Sam Jones, we said, look, we want to get to the top. We don't know how far you can get. We've still got to work that out. But we think you've got the tools and you've got the ability and potential to get to the top. So, listen, it could be 2, 3, 4 years down the line. I look for an English or British title. Then we move on to European level. But at 10 years' time, when I'm 30, 31, 32, reaching my peak, I want to be on that world level, challenging for world titles. If you're in boxing, that's what you want to be. That's what you want to be there for. So, I'm not here to mess around. I'm here to get to the top of the division, and wherever we go from there.
Yeah, I can see Sam Jones has put British champ first quarter of 22.
Yep, Sam knows me, knows the boxing just as well as I do. So if he wants me to be there, he'll be on the right path to give me every opportunity to get there.
Yeah, Sam's put together a really, really good stable of fighters, and they all seem to be, highly skilled. Does that really give you that motivation that, I'm with the right team here. I've got everything set up for me. You just need to go do the business.
Yeah, I look around at the stable. I look at Joe Joyce, who's always been I've been following him since he was fighting the ABAs against the likes of Fraser Clark, and to follow in
Yeah,
his footsteps and just shadow him in Vegas, that was excellent. Lerone
yeah,
Richards, Florian Marco, you've got some great fighters. John Hedges is just signed as well.
yeah.
So for me to be mentioned among these great fighters, who good amateur careers and good professional careers all ahead of them, good titles, it's a dream come true. And if I can stay in that company, then that's brilliant for me.
With obviously Corona at the minute, there's a lot of ifs and buts about when people are going to fight and stuff like that. With your sign to Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, obviously there's the Povetkin and Dillian White rematch, which is going to happen back end of this year.
Yeah.
Joshua versus Pulev. Have you had any communication about when you think they'll be able to get you out?
Yeah, I spoke to Sam a lot about this actually, and we're looking definitely by the end of the year on one of them big shows. It's still feels surreal that I
Yeah,
could be on them big shows. It's going to be one of them, so it will be a big platform for me, and I'm looking to impress. But it will be one of them big shows, hopefully.
yeah. He's just put late November, December debut. I mean, did you watch all what happened at Fight Camp? Obviously with Povetkin and Dillian, and
Yeah,
what was done in really weird circumstances with no crowd, but
yeah.
it felt like a big fight feel. Did that sort of could you have imagined watching like Fight Camp week 1 thinking there's a chance I could be doing that later on this year?
Yeah, well, by the end of it, I was thinking, yeah, this could be me doing this. At the beginning, I still was working things out, and we were still discussing things. But
Yeah,
I did have a dream of being on the Matchroom show, and I've got the opportunity now, and I'm going to take it. And watching I think the way Fight Camp set out, it really peaked at the end. So that was really good to watch with the White Povetkin as the end fight. It was a great fight to watch, and I'm sure Dillian White will be back. But yeah, to be on one of them shows, it feels surreal, and I'm going to grab the opportunity.
yeah. Well, obviously, fingers crossed. You kick off with a bang, and hopefully we see you out. November, December.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, honestly, just thank you for giving us this short period of time, and fingers crossed. I know it's been a short one today,
No,
circumstances, but we'll keep in touch, and we'll definitely
yeah,
follow your progress, and respect for you for that.
thanks a lot, Matt. Thanks for having me on. I'll see you soon.
Not a problem. Thank you. Cheers, buddy.
Bye, bye,
Bye
bye.
bye.